He's starting to get his speed and his bounce back. The thing I like about it is he knows if he's got a shot, shoot it. I mean, he's taken 15 shots in the last 2 games, which I like. He's not backing away from the shot we need it. We need him to be better defensively on the ball. That's going to be real key for us because if we want to play him in that position coming off the bench, many instances he's going to be playing, whether it be Sebastian Telfair or a guard like that, he's got to keep that ball in front of him. Tomorrow night, we got Kemba Walker, you got Ramon Sessions. They've got some guys who really attack you off the dribble. And so if he can do that, it gives me the luxury then maybe to play Drew some off the ball a little bit defensively, which I'd like to be able to do a little bit more, maybe on a Ben Gordon tomorrow night or Rip Hamilton the next night. So we've tried to practice some things. He gives us a guy that gives us some juice in the open court and that can give us some threes early in our offense, which we like. I thought we did that well in preseason. I think one of the reasons because he was a big part of that. So we just want to keep him going in the right direction. And but I like what he's doing.
So can he use his speed defensively like he does?
Well, yeah, sure. It's just what happens, D. When you play in college, you get 5 fouls and you're the best player. One thing you always do is you got to stay out of foul trouble. And so normally what happens is guys, if they shortcut something, they shortcut it on the defensive end to save their energy. And I'm sure, Jay Wright put demands on him to guard the ball and do that and maybe get up the floor and do some things. But, when you get that ball in your hands the entire game and everything is revolving around you, if you take a little bit of break, sometimes it's on that other end of the floor. And so I understand that. I did that in college myself. So, I totally get that. 5 fouls and you're the guy everything's going through. So, but he can get up the floor. He can pressure the ball. He can do those things that will help our second unit.
Doug, what's your take on Charlotte? They've already matched their win total from last year. Just your thoughts on them early on.
Mike Dunlap is doing a great job. They probably play harder than any team in the NBA. They have depth. They play frenetically. They're a high-energy team. A lot of times you're watching. I watched 3 tapes yesterday, and especially watching their defense. Sometimes you think there's no rhyme or reason to what they're doing. That they'll maybe have a guy run off the ball to go get somebody, and everybody reacts and just covers for him. And I unless I'm in their practices, I don't know if that's a scheme or if guys are just. Maybe a guy gets a green light and says, you know what, you can go trap that ball, and then we'll play off of you. They mix in some zone. They'll play a zone double fist 3. They call it after the 3rd pass. They go to man. They'll get up the floor, pressure you. And Ben Gordon has added them a score. He had 7 threes last night. I've always really liked Ramon Sessions as a player. Very good pick and roll player. Kemba Walker, very high energy guy. Kid Gilchrist, high energy guy, running the floor. They've got their bigs can rebound and shot block, and a guy who's really, really improved is Mullins. He's playing very, very well for them. He's, I think, going to the game last night, he had made more threes than anybody on their team. So they're doing a very, very good job. It's going to be a very difficult win for us. When you play them, you better match their energy. You better take care of the ball. They average about 10 steals a game. They're going to run in behind you to try and knock balls loose, and you better be focused on what you're doing. So they had a great shot last night to beat Atlanta, fell just a little bit short, didn't get the last shot to go, or I think they turned it over maybe with 5.2 seconds to go and didn't get a shot at the rim, but very impressed with what they're doing. Michael's got him a damn good coach, and they got some good young players that are playing, I think, the way Michael likes them to play. Michael likes a high-energy team, and they have that.
Doug, last time you went on the road against quote, not highly regarded team, you guys struggled against Cleveland. Would you even remind your guys or need to of that?
No. Cleveland had 3 days off. Kyrie Irving was out. Pargo was chomping at the bit, and they were ready to play us. They were one step faster than us the entire night. We dug ourselves a huge hole. I thought we convinced ourselves that game we were tired. I think we played with mental fatigue more than physical fatigue. I think our guys can learn from that. I made a point of that the other night after we played Oak City, when Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka. Three guys who played in the Olympics all summer long, played into June. Had a back-to-back after a tough game in Boston, and all Durant did was he and Westbrook was combined for 67 points and played 90 minutes. So I think what the big step that our team has to make is battling through mental fatigue, not physical, but mental, because when we get mentally tired is when we make mistakes.
Thank you.
You got it.